Welcome back to In Pit Lane. Well, the New South Wales-based RX8 Cup made a rare visit to Victoria recently for 4 races at the Pyark Super Sprint meeting. We're going to take you back there now to catch up with the first race of the weekend. And the cars are coming around for the start of the first race of the day here at the Phillip Island Super Sprint. It's race 1 of round 1 of the RX8 Cup, and starting out on pole is Tom Shaw ahead of Justin Barnes. Then comes Matthew Chick. Jack Penachia is in position number 4 ahead of Thomas Duncan. Shannon McLean is next, then Lachlan O'Hara, Aidan Riley, Terry Lewis and Jake Lauer. And the rest of the field, Luke Webber, then Ben Shaw, Jason Noakes, Elliot Maloof, Andrew O'Keefe, no, not that one, Miles Briggle-Julio, hope I got that right, Jerome Niabecki, Stacey Vickers, Mark Alder, and Mion Niabecki, and rounding out our top 21 will be Macy Place. So 21 great Mazda RX-8s heading around at a very, very windy Phillip Island. Looks like we have everybody in place now, and we're just about ready for a start. So the green flag will be waved in a second, and we'll be ready to race. In fact, the 5-second board has gone up. And there you can see the green flag in the background, the marshal moving out of the road, and we're ready to start the RX8 Cup, and the lights are out, and we're racing here at Phillip Island. And we're on board now in the car of pole sitter Tom Shaw, but you can see he's been jumped at the start by Justin Barnes, and Barnes is going to lead them down into Doon Corner for the first time. Let's see if they get through safely. There you go. Barnes moves across, takes the inside running, so there's no problem there at the front. Let's have a look at the rest of the field as they file through Doon Corner and head to Southern Loop for the first time. Everybody through safely, so that's a relief for all concerned. As we hop back into the car with Tom Shaw once again, heading up around the back of the circuit, up towards Stoner Curve, and up towards the hairpin formerly known as Honda. This is, of course, a very good braking area, great passing spot here at Phillip Island. And there you can see Barnes has run wide, and Shaw is coming up the inside now. Looks across, you can see him looking across to see if he can move across and get the inside running into Siberia, but I don't think he can. He's not quite far enough in front, and Barnes is going to keep that lead. That's Matthew Chick in 3rd position, and then just ahead of Jack Penachia as the field comes flying through Siberia, a very windy Siberia for the first time. Around past the hay shed they go. It's still Barnes just in front of Shaw. Then comes the green car of Matthew Crick as they head over Lukey Heights and down into MG. Shaw right behind the leader now in Barnes. But Barnes is going to lead them around the first time, and he'll take the honours for the first lap here in the RX8 Cup. They head onto that magnificent main straight, the Gardner Straight, here at Phillip Island. Of course, Phillip Island, very much a motorcycle circuit, hence the naming of the corners, but you can see Shaw trying to find a way around the outside now of Barnes, and that's a similar position that Barnes made on him, and he's got past. He's made it past quite easily, really, so use the slipstream well, and Tom Shaw is now in the lead. And a bit of a sideways movement there by Barnes, and he's managed to get it back together again. Actually hasn't lost all that much time. But that would have had his heart in his mouth, certainly had mine. But he's still right on the tail of Shaw now. But that has allowed Chick to catch up just a little bit. But a really good catch there, a great save by Barnes, who now goes very deep under brakes, trying to get back onto the back onto the tail again from Chick, and also coming in is Penachia. He's closing in 3rd place as well. So the first 4, not a lot between them as they head round Siberia once again. We're on board now with Aidan Riley as he's fighting with Lachlan O'Hara, and O'Hara went underneath the car of Riley then as they head towards Siberia. Looks for a way around the outside now. He'll cut across and try and get the undercut, but looks like O'Hara is comfortably in front now and has enough of a gap to keep in control as they head round the back of the circuit. Right-hand sweeper at Hayshed, and now we're heading over the top, and you can see how very, very loose they get over the top of Lukey Heights, and now heading down into MG corner, and once again the undercut is going to be tried. Here you go, Riley going under O'Hara. O'Hara's run wide, and it looks like Riley's passed, so Riley's got that position back. So some good clean racing there from both drivers. And that's obviously what you like to see, as the man in front now with absolutely nothing in front of him but racetrack and Cape Barren geese perhaps is Tom Shaw. This battle for second place continues between Barnes, Chick and Penachia. Barnes continuing out in front, but Chick right on his tail now, and Penachia also right in this as well. They head towards the hairpin once again. Let's see who can be the bravest under brakes as they go into the hairpin. Everybody fairly even there. Oh no, it looks like Barnes has run wide there and Chick has gone through. So Chick has taken second place from Barnes. He cuts across to just get in front of Penachia. So Chick is now into second, ahead of Barnes and Penachia in fourth place. Now, what can Barnes do about this? Can he come back on Chick? What does he do about Penachia, who's looking very racy at the moment? O'Hara's in fourth place at the moment, followed by Aidan Riley. Then Terry Lewis, Shannon McLean, Jackson Noakes, who's coming under pressure from Jake Lauer, Andrew O'Keefe, Ben Shaw. We've got Luke Webber in the 26 car, Elliot Maloof, Tom Duncan, Miles Briggiulio, then Jerome Niebecki and the very striking number 6 car of Stacey Vickers. You can see that car coming through now. And as we come back to the run into Siberia, we see there's been another change of position for second place again. We're going to find out what happens when we return right after this break. You're watching the RX8 Cup from Phillip Island here on In Pit Lane. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Get the phone ringing for your business with website development and SEO services from Online Invent. Visit onlineinvent.com.au.
We're going to return you to Phillip Island in just a moment for the rest of that fabulous race in the RX8 Cup. But just a reminder that coming up this Thursday at the new time of 9 p.m, our old show time on Channel 31, is the return of Full Course Yellow. It's our live weekly discussion on all things motorsport, and we just sort of get together and we have a chat about the week's action, the week's incidents, and all of the news coming out over the weekend of motorsport. Lots to talk about, of course, with Scotty McLaughlin and Matthew Brabham, the Formula One testing, a whole lot more. We'd love you to join us. That's live on the In Pit Lane YouTube channel every Thursday night. We call it Full Course Yellow. Hope you'll join us then. But right now, let's take you back to the action from the RX8 Cup at fabulous Phillip Island. Well, cars were out of sight. We've only got the 3 cameras on board. One of them, this particular camera here, is locked off, so not exactly sure what's happened there, but there's obviously been a mistake made somewhere along the way, and that's Shannon McLean going slowly. Going very slowly, and yes, not looking good, limping back to the pits, I take it. And no, McLean is out. I think McLean is a DNF, so Shannon McLean is out. Very unusual. Obviously, these cars not widely modified, very reliable, very inexpensive to run. Inexpensive, of course, is a relative term, but there you can see Noakes now under pressure from Lauer. The rest of the field come through the sweeper and heading onto the Gardner Straight once again. As they go through doing corner once again, and the Penachia is making a challenge. He's run wide. He was making a challenge on Barnes, But he ran wide, so he didn't make it. Now he's running wide again. Going off the other side now. So that's going to bring Matthew Chick back into contention now for third place and give a bit of a break now to Barnes, who's now got a good lead on Panacea, who's now got to worry about the challenge from Matthew Chick, who's going in very deep under brakes here as they head into a Honda corner. And there's Riley and O'Hara battling in the background once again. You can see that that's Riley going underneath O'Hara. Yes, and Riley takes that position. So Riley has moved in ahead of O'Hara as they head over towards the hay shed once again. And there, if you look on the left, you see the ubiquitous Cape Barren geese. How on earth more of these birds haven't been whacked over the years? We've seen seagulls, we've seen all sorts of things, hares, all sorts of wildlife here at Phillip Island, but they have been involved in a few accidents. There was a very big one a few years ago involving one of the Group N Mustangs, which just saw a lot of damage to that car at about this position, actually, sweeping onto the main straight, and a couple of the Cape Barren geese decided to take flight and straight into the path of a Mustang, which didn't end well for all concerned. And we're on our last lap as Shaw heads towards Siberia for the final time in this race. There you are, see him in front there, and I think that's Macy Place there, and then comes our second place man in Justin Barnes, and then quite a gap now to Chick, then Panacea. Barnes now looming up on the back of Place, and we'll be putting a lap on Place as they head up around the outside of as he goes around the outside there at the hay shed and up towards Lukey Heights. But the man in front, in total control, started from pole position, lost the start just for a brief moment, retook the lead on the second lap going into the end of the main straight, going into Doohan Corner, and from then on has been totally dominant and will ride towards the checkered flag with Tom Shaw, who'll take out the opening round of the RX8 Cup for 2022. And yes, he's obviously very, very happy as they head across the line now. Relatively incident-free race. Only the one DNF that I could see. So let's have a look at the results now. Tom Shaw was your winner ahead of Justin Barnes, then Matthew Chick, Jack Panacea. Aidan Riley came out on top of the battle against Lachlan O'Hara for 5th. Then comes Terry Lewis, Jake Lauer, Jackson Noakes, and rounding out our top 10, Luke Webber. Hope you enjoyed the Mazda RX8 Cup, and if you'd like to catch up with more action from the RX8 Cup, plus all the action from the Super Sprint at Phillip Island a couple of weeks ago, then remember to like and subscribe to the In Pit Lane YouTube channel.